Start the clock.
Good afternoon. At the tone, time will be
Real time.
Welcome back to another episode of Supercoach Rd12. Back with you, first week of the buys, and we did okay. We did pretty good actually. So this week, 2,776, which was good enough to get us into the top 2,000. So we're now ranked 1,700 exactly. It could have been a little bit better. That Saturday night game kind of killed me, as you see a little later. We could have went really huge. We could have went like 2-2, but a few players sort of dropped the ball. But yeah, Paddy Cripps was the big one. If you were able to captain him like I did, or VC'd him and loopholed him, you had a head. You got ahead on the competition this week by a lot. A lot of people, a fair few people would have VC'd Dangerfield on the Friday, and the 150 scores a really good captain score, so they locked that in. And then there was people that really went the Cripps or Lockie Neal sort of direction. Me not having Neal, it was a Cripps direction for me. And at halftime, it looked like Lockie was going to score 200 and Cripps was going to scrape 100, and he just turned it on. He's probably one of my favourite players that doesn't play for Collie with Paddy Cripps. So it was good to see him get a win. He deserves it. And yeah, so with that said, let's take a look at the team. So here's the team from this week. Look, we're doing fairly well. I mean, we started the season ranked after the first round, 48,000, and we've slowly every week crept up. It's been a slow slog, and so now we're ranked 1,700. I'm happy with that. The question is, are we too far behind the leader? Probably, but we'll keep plugging away and try to get as close as we possibly can. So the trades we made this week, we went with two. I sort of completely, with Whitfield out, it changed everything for me. Also, if you haven't already, I did a video on the top 10 teams this week, so check that out if you got the time. It's pretty good if you sort of are looking for PODs and sort of want to try to make up ground that way. So it's a bit of fun. So that video is there in the history. So yeah, go check that out. So the trades this week, it was Lockie Whitfield. I just didn't want to carry him over the buys. They said he might be back straight after him, but I just don't trust GWS at all. And a broken collarbone, it's a serious injury, and he's flimsy as fuck anyway. So, I just decided to move him. So it was Malera in for him. I just, at his price point, 400,000 for someone that's averaging 95 pre-injury, I thought that was a good deal. I thought he got stiffed by Champion Data too, but never mind there. And then the one that sort of left field, you can say it was point chasing, but it really wasn't. Cogs in. So why Cogs? I just like their draw. He's capable of scoring high, and I thought at 500k you can average 105 the way out with some big scores along the way. I'd be happy with that. He got a lot of that game on Saturday. It was just a shocker for my players that were playing in it, and players that normally score well just didn't. So Brodie Smith, Malera, Cameron, Cogs all really struggled. Even Jolly looked like he was going to post a big score and only ended up with like a 106. So I think you just forget about that game. GWS has a really good draw coming up, so I expect Cogs to average that 105, and hopefully with some big ones in between so we can have some big weekly scores. So yeah, they were the trades. So Lloyd, fantastic. I told everyone that he was, if you had Lockie Whitfield and you wanted to get rid of him and you didn't have Lloyd, he was the one that you wanted, and he proved it at 136. We used Sicily as a loophole. Marty Hall, interesting, 94, 100 last time out, gone up in price. He was someone that was going to be on the trading block, but I'm holding him at this point. If you can keep scoring, if you can average 90, I'm happy with that. I'm content. There's not that much of a difference between the top scoring defenders besides the top three. Everyone else is pretty similar. I mean, you got like a Luke Ryan, a 105, and if you're scoring a 90, I mean, it's not a huge difference. And so I'd rather finish the rest of my team and just wait and see with Hoare and Duzma. And they probably eventually, if I've got the trades and the cash, become Hearn and Ryan. But for now, we're holding. Smith 48. Is that concerning? Yes. He's gone down in price, set to go down even more. But oh, geez, if you've got the trades, I would probably trade him at some point. But since I don't, I'm sort of stuck with him. He's got the class. I think he's going to average somewhere close to 90 the rest of the way, and I'm fine with that as long as every other line's firing. Malera, as we said, 66. He sort of got ripped off. He was like a 109 Dream Team score. I thought he was hard done by. He should have scored at least a 90. Ainsworth, he's a hack, 33. Hopefully he holds his spot. They probably weren't expecting to lose that game. Be interesting, especially maybe Hinge would come in for him, and that would be a pretty good trade for us in a couple of weeks to influx some cash into the team because we're looking to get rid of some of these players. Cali 107, as I said, it's still a really good score, but he could have probably went on a little bit higher than that, but sort of slowed down as Adelaide ran on top of him. Paddy Cripps, legend, 194. And it made a huge difference to you this week. If you got the captain right, it was just a big leg up. Oliver, okay, 114. Well, it's pretty good for him, I guess. But he handles way too much. If he kicked the ball a lot more, he'd be that'd be a 140 game. Cogs, as we said, to bring him in and score that, disappointing. But he should be right. Crouch butchers the ball, gets heaps of it. 97's about what you want from him every week. If you get that every week, you take it. Welsh, for those that held Welsh, that was another big one. A 141. It's going to be interesting. He's going to go up in price. But for now, he probably becomes, after next week, Neil. Lucky Neil. I don't think I can say no to him. I want to stay away from Neil, part of me, because everyone who's in the top 10 and they all have Lucky Neil. So chasing them, is it smart to bring him in? But at his price point, it's just probably too hard to pass up. Stack 70, going up in price. Atkins threw in a 70. He probably goes this week for me. We'll bring in a rookie and generate some cash there. Gorn, great. Grundy, bit unders, but he's playing against Gorn. Gorn sort of stamped himself as the number one ruckman there, I think. Kelly at 121 was fantastic. Dangerfield looks like he's back to his best with 2 back-to-back big scores. He becomes a captain loophole option now, I think, going forward. Cameron, and that game was, as I said, it was just a mess for me. A 70. Heaney, tons up again. I've always had faith in Heaney, so he's going to be fine the rest of the way. Baker and Bolter, obviously disappointing, but those scores didn't count for me. So we had 21 playing this week. So as far as trades go this week, as I said, Atkins out for maybe a Brawley or a Clark. Thinking Brawley just because price-wise it allows me to do what I want to do. And then it would be Bolter out for Dunkley. So that's 2 trades, which leaves me 9 left. At least the problem with that is it gives me 9 midfielders for next week. And I'm kind of stuck. And then it gives me 17 on field. So the other option would be to get rid of Stack, move Heaney up, and then I'll be able to field 18. But it's all hinging on Young, whether he gets named for St Kilda. I think on form, you think it's going to be hard for him to get back into that team, or not to get dropped, I should say. But if he does get named, things look a little bit rosy, and I sort of get to do the trades that I want. Because Bolts are set to lose money. Stack's still going to make some. So that being able to do the trade that I want is 50K extra, which is a lot at this point of the year. So we'll have to wait and see. So that'll do it for this week. If you have any questions or anything like that, leave them in the comments. Happy to try to answer them as best I can. Hopefully everyone else is tracking well during the buys, and we'll see you guys next week. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you guys later.